Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit the button. We have a ton of fun here, but we also just drop facts all day long. So there are a lot of companies out there who talk about being super supportive of the Second Amendment. And as we've learned over the years, a lot of it is just BS. Take Liberty Safes, for example. So look, what our company will do is we'll give you a safe and we'll give you a combination. You can change it whenever you want, but it goes into our system and we'll give it to the FBI if they want to show up to take your How about Bud Light? Hell, we've all heard of Bud Light. You know, it'd be nice, just a nice Liberty Safe guarding a whole bunch of Bud Light. That would just look... You can't find a better picture than that. But then we get into some of the more secretive companies that are, how do we say this? Supporters of the Second Amendment on social media, but the management of the company or the people in charge of the money, really all they have is dollar signs in front of their faces. And I'm going to give you an example today, and it's one that the Second Amendment community really needs to think about, because we're not far off from this being an issue. So let me start with this. Vehicles or motor cars became pretty much relevant in America in the 1920s to 1930s. Now, all of us today who drive vehicles probably know that insurance is mandatory. You can't drive a vehicle without insurance, at least liability insurance. Or else, if you get pulled over, you know, whatever happens. I don't know the laws in your state, but some states are more serious about it than others. Guess when insurance for vehicles started being mandatory across the nation? 1970. Almost 40 years later. Yes, that's right. That means that your grandpa used to be driving around, drinking beers, you know, oh, we had a fender bender. Well, it sucks for you. Who are you going to call? The auto body shop? We're going to work it out between them? No. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm trying to put two and two together as far as how gun control works. Gun control is a very complex thing, and the people who want gun control don't want it to be complex. They just want guns gone.
Congress needs to step up, pass common sense gun safety laws to protect our kids and educate. And by the way, arming teachers is not the answer. Arming teachers is not the answer.
They want the government to have true power over the people, communism, whatever you want to call it, and they want the people to be defenseless. That's what they want. Now, everyone knowing that, people know that gun control has been an incremental process, right? So they ban machine guns, they ban short-barreled rifles, they have the NFA, they have the suppressor issue. Now they're, doing the whole pistol brace thing. What they do is they chip away at Americans. That's what they do. That's what they've always done. And the other day, somebody brought up a really good point to me, and I couldn't help but to make some sort of episode on this because I think it's a very strong fact. We have mandatory insurance for vehicles. People who want gun control, what happens when they finally pass gun owner insurance in America? And no, we're not far off.
San Jose says gun owners failing to follow the city's new law will have to pay up. The city council passed a law in January mandating gun owners carry liability insurance in case their gun is used in a crime or an accidental shooting. The mayor says it will encourage gun safety.
And remember that word, insurance. And then remember about the companies that we talked about in the beginning, that some of them seem patriotic, but really all they're doing is they're focused on money. For example, this article right here. Can mandatory liability insurance for gun owners reduce violence? These local governments think so. Published on June 9th of 2023. It's already being processed. Oh, you own a gun? Well, you need insurance. I mean, you need insurance for a vehicle. Why wouldn't you have insurance for a gun? That's what these people think. Look at this.
This is simply about ensuring that gun ownership is safer.
San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo compares the gun ordinance to auto insurance, suggesting insured gun owners would be more likely to have and use trigger locks.
Proposed bill would require gun owners to buy firearm liability insurance. This is in Austin, Texas, on February 16, 2023. Now, the question becomes, who benefits from this? Think about it. Who benefits from the federal government requiring gun or gun ownership insurance. Well, I'll give you a hint. They have started off as concealed carry insurances. They've started off as self-defense insurances, but ultimately they are insurance companies, which means that if the federal government passes something saying, well, every gun owner needs some sort of insurance, who do you think the first company is that's raising their hands? Well, we got a customer base of 500,000 people or 700,000 people who own self-defense insurance. Now all we have to do is send them a little email saying, well, now gun owner insurance or liability insurance is mandatory. It's something that a lot of people have not thought about, but it's already being discussed. And to be honest with y'all, I don't think it's going to be that long before they pass something like this. So most of you saw my video the other day on all the reasons why I personally wouldn't use one of these self-defense insurance companies who claim that they'll cover you if you shoot someone in your home, but then they have a whole bunch of BS in their contracts that states, well, we don't cover criminal acts, or, you may have to pay everything back if you get convicted with something. This is another reason why. Some of these companies boast that they have 800,000 people in there. What do you think that says to the feds? This amount of people want some sort of gun owner insurance. We have their support. They already have it. Let's just pass this next one. Well, it's different because this one, it's you're having insurance if you kill someone to where you're paying them, someone's not paying you. That is one of the reasons why we as a channel have stopped supporting these insurance companies who claim that they are just for your self-defense. Look, in my eyes, there is always a bigger picture in business, and there's not really a whole lot of other routes that these companies can go other than this. Other than, well, we're crossing our fingers hoping that the federal government makes everybody get liability insurance for being a gun owner. Then we're just going to kill it.
And then we think about what the solution is. That's what I think about. When was the last time
you said gun control?
Yeah, I believe gun control is a massive solution.
Good.
I do not think that.
I didn't expect you to say that.
I don't think a 19-year-old kid should have access to an AR-15. I don't think he should be able to buy a pistol. Fortunately, he can't. But if you can't buy a pistol, how can you buy a semi-automatic AR? That doesn't make sense to me.
That's why we have partnered with attorneys on retainer. In a self-defense shooting, they cover you all the way through trial. If you're convicted or you take a plea deal, they don't make you pay everything back like these other insurance companies. They have a 24/7 hotline that you can call at any time and reach an attorney, so you don't say something in a situation where you shot someone in self-defense that incriminates you. They have bail coverage. And the greatest part of this is you're a client of this law firm. You're a client of attorneys on retainer. Their hands aren't tied if you're charged with a criminal act or whatever other crazy languages there are in these insurance contracts. So if you truly care about the Second Amendment, if you truly care about it, you'll understand that this is a much greater problem than just people defending themselves. This is another infringement on our Second Amendment that they're talking about already. Every gun owner needs some sort of insurance. No. You know what I want? I want an attorney that's going to fight for me. I don't want an insurance company. Insurance companies are notoriously known for doing everything to not cover your claim. I don't want that. I want an attorney that's going to fight for me, and that's why attorneys on retainer is my best bet. So they're giving you $50 off when you sign up. I talked to the owner, Mark J. Victor, the other day. Amazing guy, truly believes in freedom and truly cares about the Second Amendment. That's why he created a program without the insurance BS, without the insurance language. So there's a link below the video. Go get your $50 off, sign up, and join the Attorneys on Retainer family.